Tony's mod time, it's mod time with Tony. Me, I'm Tony, and these are the mods. Mod time!
Welcome to Mod Time. We're going to review Ohio Richlands. New map came out today for all platforms. Let's go over and check it out. There is the very beautiful title card. Let's go over and hit start. You got horses. You got a lot of interesting things on this. We don't need to do that. Alright, so let's start off. There is your PDA. Again, pretty big. Your biggest fields are here. Field 10. Field 8. Standard crops. Standard crop calendar. Would have liked to see it in Ohio. I would have liked to see double cropping in here. But I understand those can be difficult, these geos. I would love to see double cropping because it does happen a lot in Ohio. One interesting thing is we do own chickens, cows, and 2 horses. Molly and Ranger. Again, you got contracts. Field 24 is 26 acres. 10 acres. 16 acres. So it's field 24. If we could look around. See if we can find it. There's 25. 26 over there. There we go. It's in a bit of a weird spot. But that one, not your biggest. I think the biggest is 46 acres, or somewhere around there. So kind of interesting. Start off here. What do we own to start off with? We own field 9. Field 3, well, these are the map numbers. These aren't the field numbers. You basically own field 6 here and field 2 here. This is not a field area. This is your starting area. Let's jump over there and we'll show you. This is where you start off in New Farmer. We're looking at equipment, so let's show you what you start off with. Starting off with a Massey. You got a John Deere. Again, you got the truck, the Big Mac Superliner there. Pretty decent harvester, 10,000 capacity. Skid steer, truck, the trailer, stone pickers, harrows, seeders. The seeder's 6 meters. So you basically have everything you need to start here. Your header, how big is that? 7.6, not tiny. So you own everything you need. You're not going to go without equipment there. What you see, here's our starting barn. Really interesting barns. A lot of these in Ohio with these mounded drive-ups. Let's see, we got equipment in here. A lot of barns that look like this in Ohio. Again, little shed here, just decorative, that little shed. Nice big pole barn there. There's your house up there, you can't get in. But, nice little sun porch there. The one thing is there's no sleep trigger there. So that's interesting. You're going to have to put down a sleep trigger. Not that hard to do, but a little bit interesting. The other interesting thing about starting a new farmer is, like I said, we own these animal pens. The chickens are over here. On land we don't own. We got a cow barn large right there. And your horses are over here. So you own stuff on land or you own animals on land you don't own. This is interesting. Not my favorite way to do it. Again, this is not game breaking. We could sell them. The animals. I'd rather start with 0 and have to buy the land to own them or place them down myself, but not a big deal. Again, we don't have any silos on this. There's no bunkers. This is going to be Midwest farming, but we don't own silos. There are silos over here. So if we go over there, speed ourselves up a little bit. But this looks to me like a separate farm. He does mention there's 10 farms. Again, this is a nice custom building. Very, very well done. Tons of storage here. No furniture, but again, it's really a well done building. Another storage here. House over there. Back of the office here. Here's your chessboard, your furniture and stuff. Again, you got, you know, fertilizer tank there. 3 bins. You're going to need your augers for that. Another little garage there. Another little garage here. There's a big place to start if you want to start here. So my suggestion would be to start in manager or start from scratch. Pick your farm because there are a lot of these dotted everywhere. They are great with the details. You got the wood beams there. You know, the telephone poles here. All kinds of little details everywhere. You know, a little electrical hub right there. But I don't know, you know, these silos are, I don't know if they're connected to those or not. So you might have to place your own silo. I would start in farm manager. See what you can get with that. Let's see if we can delete these buildings that we own at least, just to find out. Cannot delete the house. Cannot delete that building. Doesn't look like we can delete any of these buildings, so I always prefer to be able to delete the buildings, but to be honest, of all the little farmyards I've seen, they are really well put together. Really well done. So I wouldn't be deleting very many of them at all, but it is always nice to have the option. In this case, we don't. So oh well. So what else do we have? As I said, this is mainly a farm map, so let's just fly over and show you around. No real productions on the map to speak of. You want them, you're going to have to find a place to put them. But let's go down to this bottom corner. As you can see, fairly rectangular fields with the rounded edges. Fairly standard. We do have some issues. Like, so, I mean, that might be supposed to be there in these grass areas. I have found a few things floating around in fields. As you can see, we're running off the map. This is off the map. This way, we are off the map. Now, we can get this way by flying. As you see, it turns black there. You cannot get there by car. There are invisible walls. You will hit the walls. If you notice this field that we're on here, this is, yeah, we're kind of stuck in the map. It's one of the problems flying around. You get stuck in the map. But if you see these fields here, you cannot buy them. 18 you can buy. This one you can buy. Now, what you can do on that, I don't know. Let's go down there. We can get over there, but obviously there's a wall there. We are running into wall issues. That is the only field I found that's been a problem. And we'll show you going up here a little bit farther. Because they did something interesting with the map edges on these fields. So for example, this is field 5 right here, which you can purchase. This field right here, which has things growing in it, you cannot purchase that. Cannot purchase that field right there. This giant field right here, you cannot purchase. Along with all these outer edge fields. Now, normally when I do map reviews, I am a big proponent, and it's almost usually, you know, a deal breaker for me if I don't have separation between the map edge and the, you know, where you can't get to. In this case, I think I've changed my mind in this instance. I don't think in general I'm going to change my mind, but in this case, I like it, because what he's done, as you see, this is your field edge here. You'll be able to farm all of this. You're not able to farm all of this, but then again, you can't buy that. What this is providing is, I get rid of the map there. This is providing size and depth to this map because you can see so far, and the detail, it doesn't die right away at the edge of the map. Like, this is still the same looking field, right? You can see that barn way off in the distance. So when you're sitting here in this field doing your work, you can see off in the distance. It provides a perspective that gives you depth to this map, makes it feel bigger than it is. So instead of being, you know, boxed in by trees, which is way preferable to, you know, just blurry detail on the outside, he's put the actual detail in it, which I think is pretty creative. Again, I'm usually not a fan of having areas I can't get to, but the way he's done this with the detail on the outside is created this image that I'm fascinated by. I think it's brilliant. I would not have thought of it. You know, there's no like real blurry mountains in the back that you got to stare at. It's just, it feels like it goes on forever. It obviously doesn't. It's a standard sized map, but it feels like it does. So let's go around a little bit more. Again, you got another farm over here. Again, you could buy this. All these sheds are custom. These barns look amazing. This right here, let's get to where we are. Silo, large pasture tank. So you could buy this area, start a farm. Buy this area. That's the chicken coop. That's the chicken coop that we have chickens in, which is a little bit odd. We don't own this stuff, but there are a couple small silos there, and we do own the chicken coop. We don't own that land. But again, there's all these little farmyards dotted around. Place yourself a sleep trigger. We go up farther. Again, you see it, the buildings in the distance there. Can't get to them. Again, this property right here that we're standing on, you cannot buy. But if you look up in the distance, it feels like it goes on forever. So again, I think it's brilliant. As we go up in the north, we have a few areas of trees there. Some trees over here. I don't know how far in here you can cut. Doesn't look like very far. We're hitting an edge there. But again, this area right there, that brown field, you cannot buy. $20's gonna end. Cannot buy that. Cannot buy that. So again, it's gonna look like your field's going forever, but you will be able to farm all of them. You go up here. You got your Ohio Agri Co-op. Some vert tanks there. Barns. Your sell points. Vert tanks there. Really well done on those. You got the grain bags sitting there. Non-functional, of course. And you look around. The rivers winding through here. The creeks. Just look beautiful. Again, here's another field that, you know, you're not going to get to use. Big field here. Again, little sheds off in the distance. I know I'm belaboring the point, but I think it's a change from what we've normally seen. So anything new, I like to focus on that. But again, you got more areas here. There's your Butler's AG, Ohio. There's a Butler County, too, Ohio. I don't know if we're in Butler. But here's the horse area we own. Custom horse area. See them horses riding around. Again, cool buildings, cool sheds. This little dilapidated barn. None of these open. That's just decorative. That guy's walking through the yard. And you get a couple cars. One of the fun things he's got on this map is this truck. Yep, we're going a little fast. Let's slow down. Did you see? That's an interesting symbol there. Let's remember that. This guy's checking out our car. It's not for sale. But here's your custom horse barn. Again, you look down through there with your hay. Beautiful custom buildings. Put your feed, your animal trigger in there. As we continue to go down, another big area here. This is one of your bigger farms. As we look, what do we got here? Oh, we're going to save. That's always fun. Vert tanks, flat bottom bins. Another place you can start. Again, I suggest farm manager. Cool features like these that run through your fields are very normal for this area. A little forested area here if you wanted to do a little bit. If you needed something for pallets maybe. Then you got this field over here. Another big operation. This is a really cool building. Let's jump down and see this one. Another round barn. Really well done. Looks amazing. These silos, obviously decorative, so you're going to have to put down a silo. The house. Another cool barn. Tons of storage on this map. There was one thing I wanted to show you guys. Let's see if we can find it. Found it earlier this morning. Let's see if we can find it today. What's somewhere over in here? Here we go. So you got this field. We drop down. Let's just drop. Another area. This area you can purchase. Again, you got a gas tank there. This area right on the other side of the street you cannot purchase. This area of trees you cannot purchase. That one you get trees with it. That one you get trees with it. Can't buy that. Can't buy that. So, yeah, there's not a lot of forested areas. You can buy that little spot. Not a lot of spots to cut down trees. There are a few small ones. That's going to be your main one. If you want to do some forestry, you're going to need field 20 there. But you go in here, you got a fuel tank there. Again, big sheds. You should go across the street. See an old barn. Whoa, what is that? Look at that, a bunch of old cars. We cannot get in here, but you got a bunch of old cars. You come around this area, you've got basically a decorative junk pile. Now these do exist all over, dotted around Ohio. That looks like I don't know what these cars are, a bunch of rat rods. These exist all over the place, you drive past them. It's a great touch. There's the car that's in there. A rocket. Again, none of this is buyable. Got a boat. And we have a dwarf. It's not a Ford, it's a dwarf. It's got his own brand on here. Dwarf 150 we called it. But again, this area is not buyable. It's just decorative. It's one of those touches on a map that is just fun. More immersive. Like I said, I did find a few things floating around. As you see, the cars dotted through here. Few odd things like the people walking through some strange places. There was a few floating objects on a field. Again, nothing game breaking. To me, this map is beautiful. And I may be biased because I'm from Ohio, but I find it to look amazing. I find it to look, yeah, like home. We got a fun little area over here. We got the, well, I'll just let you read it. We're going too fast. The weather station. If it moves, it's windy. Here's your rock. If it moves, it's windy. If it's wet, there's rain. If it's dry, no rain. If it's white, it's got snow on it. If it's down, earthquake. If it's gone, stolen. Although it is Ohio, it could be tornado. But a cool little feature there. There may be other stuff to find in this map. We haven't spent a ton of time on it. I imagine myself doing a playthrough on this as soon as I can get it set up with some, you know, 80s, 90s equipment. I think it is, like I said, beautiful. Just basic farming, not a lot of productions. I think the custom sheds make this map. I think, again, the map boundaries make this map. Again, you're looking off in the distance. It looks like it could be a 16x map. Now, maybe he's planning for room for expansion to do a 4x version later. Certainly possible. But if this is all it is, if it's just a standard map, I think this is a brilliant touch to add depth to a map to make it seem larger than it is. So, very well done in that. I'm very impressed. Like I said, I will be doing a playthrough on this. Tons of places around here to start off with. Another one here. Just a little Quonset hut and some bunkers. Or some silos. Julian F modding. It is available on the Modhub, all platforms. Tell me what you guys think. Down in the comments. You gonna play this map? What do you think of it? Does it look like Ohio? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. But for now, that is
Tony's Mod Time. It's Mod Time with Tony. Me, I'm Tony, and these are the mods. Mod Time.